American Tattoo Society is located in Fayetteville, North Carolina, right outside the gates of Fort Bragg, the largest military base in the free world. We have 18 full-time tattoo artists and 2 piercers. We are one of the largest and highest rated tattoo shops that you're ever going to see. With a population of only 200,000, the Fayetteville area has over 60 licensed tattoo shops. That is some of the highest tattoo shop per person averages in the world. And since 90% of all combat soldiers have at least one tattoo, that means we're tattooing active duty and veterans all day long. Here's just a few of their stories.
My name is Sean Robinson. I was born in Seoul, South Korea, but I spent the majority of my life growing up here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I actually grew up as a military brat, and then on my 18th birthday, when I graduated high school, I actually joined the Army, and I was in there for 7 years or so. And then I got out in 2011, and I've been tattooing ever since.
All right, my name's AJ. I'm from Bay Area, California, and I'm currently a airborne infantryman. I got both my arms completely done, completely covered. I got my whole back done, completely covered, no dead space, and half my chest. Biggest tattoo I got was Pele, Goddess of Fire, on my back, and I got it because it looked really cool, and the artist I was working with really wanted to do it. And it took a lot of hours, and if I knew how bad the back hurt, I definitely would have thought about it a little harder before I did it.
The tattoo I'm doing today is a traditional pit bull on my client. It's a dog. That means a lot to him. It's his best friend, so we're gonna throw that on him.
Traditional tattoo on the back of my calf, image with my dog, and a quote saying, "Emotions run up and down the leash." Because to me, my dog is everything. I love my dog. And it's also, to get the word out from doing this, to have people help support Dogs for Vets and, all those programs that assist veterans with, like sport dogs. Because it's a great thing, and he's definitely, since I got back from overseas, helped me a lot, and he's definitely my best friend. So thought I'd have him permanently there so I always remember him.
I love tattooing in the military because, my dad, he had a tattoo when he was in the Army, and I've always associated that, and then with the sailors getting tattoos, I realized early in life I wasn't going to make a big part of, the world history, but I get to make a part in everyone else's history, by giving them a tattoo that they like or love, I will forever be part of their history, They will always remember that moment, so that's pretty cool, to be able to be part of someone's history like that and have such an influence and an effect on their life.
It's just kind of always been a culture from in the Bay Area to especially the military, especially when you travel overseas. It's not a very predominant aesthetic feature that people have over there, so it definitely gives you a way to relate to other people, kind of get that communication started. They love it over there. So a lot of people in the military, I definitely think it's a good part and a good tradition to have. A lot of the stigma towards it, I think, is gone to the wayside, because right now you wouldn't notice if I had tattoos, and as long as you present yourself as a clean-cut person, which everybody in the military does, you're not gonna see somebody walking down the street and think they're scumbag because they have all these tattoos. So definitely I'm glad that stigma is going to the wayside, and just glad to be part of the tattoo community.
Debo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, bro?
You ready for this?
Yeah, a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. Chris is set up for you, man. So if you want to head on back, you good to go?
All right, let's do it. There she is, my favorite piercer.
Hey, Debo.
Hey.
You ready to pierce these nipples?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
My name is Chris Lepore. I'm from New Rochelle, New York. I've been piercing for 3 years.
My name is DeBoris Claiborne, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
So I got into piercing from when I was hanging out at one of the local shops. I ended up doing an apprenticeship. And the thing I love about piercing is either a fashion statement or a rite of passage. And with each piercing, there's a memory or an emotion attached to it, and I get to be a part of that.
Today I'm here to get 2 nipple piercings done. Feel it's something different. Figured I'd give it a try out. I think my girlfriend will like it.
The best part about my job is that I have the freedom to be myself, and I'm not judged for who I am, and I get to bedazzle people. And the worst part of my job is, there is no worst part. I love everything about my job.
My favorite tattoo or piercing, I would have to say, is the tattoo on my back. I have the Grim Reaper. It covers my whole back. And it's just a reminder that, you know, death is always on our back, you know. And then as far as piercings go, my favorite piercing has got to be my Daith piercings. They've helped me tremendously with my migraines, whether it's scientifically proven or not. It feels great. Haven't had migraines since I got them done.
Sampa von Cyborg is my piercing idol, and he is the reason I wanted to become a body modification technician.
I was in the military for about 17 years, 9 months, and 24 days. I was medically retired, and I've been attending school ever since. When I was deployed, I really didn't plan out my tattoos. It was a very fast-paced environment that I was working in. So staying alive and finding the bad guys was my main focus. It's usually when we get towards the end of a tour, that's when people start thinking, oh, when I get back, I'm gonna get tattoos, I'm gonna eat a steak dinner, I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff. And most of the time we get back and we just go to sleep.
My name is Jerry Martin, originally from Plant City, Florida, but I've been in North Carolina for over 20 years now. I have a lot of family members and friends who were prior military, some still active. My dad was in the Air Force for almost 3 years. My uncle was in for almost 19 in the Marines, and I've got a lot of friends, family, you know, that have all been active also.
I'm Chris Hancock. I'm from North Carolina, Solid City area, and I was stationed here at Fort Bragg for 6 years. How many tattoos do I have? Let's see. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20 to 22. Well, I have 4 tattoos that mean the most to me, and they were from my grandparents. Influential people in my life, and those are the ones that mean the most to me. On my back I have one, well, it's actually 3 tattoos, I should say. One tattoo is a Celtic cross with my grandparents on my mother's side, their names and, you know, dates they passed and whatnot. And then on my right shoulder, I have one for my grandmother on my dad's side, which is some playing cards and Hummingbird, which were her favorite things. And then on my left shoulder, I got a tattoo from my grandfather. It's a hammer and a saw crossed, because he was a big lumberman in the lumber industry and whatnot.
Today we're doing the traditional eagle. It's one of the most prominent designs out of the Sailor Jerry collection.
Well, you know, it's a great thing when you got a great friend who's a tattoo artist. And, you know, I like helping friends out, and also love getting tattoos, so it kind of works together.
What I like best about this tattoo is, 1, it's going to be a very recognizable design, and 2, it's just big and bold. That's how I like doing my tattoos.
When I was deployed, there's a lot of things you think about. I thought about tattoos quite a bit. Back when I was deployed, though, where we were at, we didn't really have internet capability to email a tattoo artist or whatnot, but, you know, I thought about stuff and would draw what chicken scratch I could draw, you know, just ideas and whatnot.
What I really enjoy about tattoo in the military is the fact that they come in with a very open mind. Like, they usually come in with a loose concept and let me do what I want with it, and get to have some fun while doing a really kick-ass tattoo. Some of my influences in tattooing would have to be, of course, you know, the old school guys, Sailor Jerry, Bowery Stan, Paul Rogers, but then you've got guys like Mike Chambers, Samuel Briganti. These guys are doing amazing traditional work today. Like, they've broadened the spectrum, the designs, line weights. They're definitely changing the game, and, you know, you've got to keep up or get left behind.